All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk about a word we all think we know, family. But what if I told you that this one little word is basically a secret key? A key that can unlock a totally different way of seeing the world. To show you what I mean, let's start with a really simple question. Okay, so just think about it for a sec. You're introducing your brother to a friend. What do you say? If you're an English speaker, you probably just go, "Hey, this is my brother, David." Easy enough, right? Seems totally straightforward. Well, that's where things get interesting. Because that simple introduction, it's just the tip of the iceberg. In a whole bunch of cultures, saying that would actually be incomplete. The right way to do it would depend entirely on whether he's your older brother or your younger brother. And that tiny little detail, it opens up a whole different way of looking at the world. So, to really get why that one distinction is so huge, we've got to look at the two basic blueprints that societies use to even build the idea of a family in the first place. So, on one hand, you've got the nuclear family. This is super common in a lot of Western cultures. It's that core unit, parents and their kids. But then, on the other hand, you have the extended family. This is the standard in many Eastern cultures and other parts of the world. And it's not just mom, dad, and the kids, it's this huge interconnected web. We're talking grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, often all living together or very close by. They're all considered immediate family. And listen, this isn't just about who's in the family photo. It's about your role. These different blueprints come with totally different expectations. Like, in some cultures, if you're the oldest child, that's a big deal. You might have a real responsibility to look after your younger siblings or even your parents when they get older. Your spot in the family tree literally defines your job. Okay, now here's where it gets really cool. These family structures, they're not just some unspoken social rules. They are baked right into the language itself. The words people use every single day are like a secret map, revealing what that culture truly values. And the key to reading this map is something called relational terms. Don't think of them as simple labels like brother or aunt. No, they're more like super specific GPS coordinates. They tell you exactly where that person fits in the family hierarchy, their status, their age, all in relation to you. Check this out. It's a perfect example. In English, right? A brother is just a brother. Simple. But in Mandarin, that's not nearly enough info. You have to say if he's your gay, your older brother, or your Didi, your younger brother. Same deal with sisters. You can't just say sister. The language literally forces you to acknowledge age and hierarchy every time you talk. It's not just a nice little detail, it's completely fundamental.
So you see, these are so much more than just words. They're essential tools for getting by in that social world. When you use the right term, you're constantly showing respect. You're acknowledging exactly where everyone fits into the grand scheme of the family.
All right, so this is all great information. But what do we do with it? How can we take this and actually navigate those conversations about family a little better, in a more sensitive way, whether we're at work or just chatting with people? The number one thing to remember is that context is king. So let's say you're in a classroom or a group setting. It's a good idea to remember that family can be a really private thing for some people. So, tread lightly and respect boundaries. And in a professional setting, the general rule of thumb is to stick to your immediate family, parents, siblings, kids. Unless the conversation specifically asks for more, going into a ton of detail might seem a little out of place. So why did we just spend all this time digging into one little word? Well, because understanding this stuff isn't just about learning a new language. It's way bigger than that. It's about becoming a better, more thoughtful communicator in a world that's more connected than ever. So, what are the big takeaways? Let's recap. First, family is not a one-size-fits-all deal. The blueprint changes depending on where you are. Second, language is like a secret decoder ring for culture. It shows you what really matters, like respect and hierarchy. Third, context is everything, especially with personal topics. And finally, getting all this, that's how you build real respect and actually communicate better. So I want to leave you with this to think about. Whatever language you speak, just take a second and think about the words you use for your own family. What do those simple, everyday words really say about your culture's deepest values? The answer, it might just surprise you.